Hi guys, it's Ostrix. Today, I want to talk briefly about the patch notes and then let's talk about what I'm going to do tomorrow. So, the patch notes, what a nerf fest, right? Everything got nerfed. The only thing we know is that we do less damage overall. We don't know what skills do good damage. We don't know what skills got nerfed how much. So, basically, we don't know anything. We cannot, with any certainty, say what skills do good damage in the patch. So let's not worry about that, and let's assume that tomorrow, on Friday, we're just going to have to experiment and figure it out, just act like the game's brand new. That's kind of my philosophy. But the thing we do know for sure is we know what defenses look like. We know what ascendancies look like. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what I'm going to play tomorrow, and it's the Lich. So the reason I'm playing the Lich tomorrow is it has a bunch of built-in damage reduction in the class. That's the number one reason, because I play hardcore, so I care about defense a lot. And that comes from 10% of damage taken bypasses energy shield combined with your life cannot change while you have energy shield. These two things basically make this line say 10% of damage is not taken. You can get another 5% of that stat on the tree and another 10% from the At Series Disdain helmet, so you can get 25% of damage is not taken. It's extremely good. It's just 25% damage reduction for all damage types, including Fizz and Chaos and Elemental. Yeah, it's very very good. ES did not get nerfed enough. Basically, that's the summary of it. ES did not get nerfed enough. Grim Feast was removed from the game, but that does not change the fact that you can still get a ton of energy shield. This class gives you 20% ES here and a jewel socket that you can take, which can be another 40% ES. And you also get Unholy Might pretty easily from Necromantic Conduit for 30% of damage as extra chaos for either your minions or you. So whether or not you're a spellcaster or a minion player, you're getting more damage from this ascendancy, and you're getting a bunch of damage reduction, and you're scaling your ES. That's what I'm going to be doing is these nodes. So Necromantic Conduit, Soulless Form, Eternal Life, and Crystalline Phylactery are the nodes I'm going to be taking. Let's take a quick look at the path of building for this stuff. So let's first look at a minion POB. This is kind of what the general tree would look like. All you do is take the minion damage stuff and the ES stuff. It's pretty simple. First take the minion damage stuff, and then later, as you get higher in level, take the energy shield percent and increase your energy shield gear as you go. This path of building is a proof of concept that has near perfect gear with a lot of energy shield on it, which could be quite difficult to achieve, but also could be somewhat reasonable for people who play a lot. Generally the people who are watching YouTube videos are the people who play a lot anyways, with fracturing orbs and recombinators and stuff like that. So this character has 17,000 energy shield, which is a lot. The big thing that you need to solve is the sustain of energy shield, since you don't have Grim Feast anymore, but just from taking these 3 ES nodes that start faster here and faster start here, your ES recharge is then 1.51 seconds. So in my opinion, that's enough for you to sustain your ES. 1.5 second delay is not much time at all. So you just need to not get hit for a little bit, and you have a pool of 17,000 with, the flat damage reduction of 25%. So that's plenty of pool to regenerate your health from and all that stuff. And then yeah, for the rest of the points, you just take minion damage and ES. For Spectres in general, I think there's going to be a good one, but we'll see which one it is. The minions get this node. Minions have 10% chance to inflict Withered on hit. That means that the Unholy Might extra chaos damage they get from this ascendancy is scaled by 50% increased damage, which is really good. So that makes the ascendancy do even more damage. And if you had all chaos specters, then yeah, this Withered would be really good multiplier for all chaos specters if there's going to be a good specter that does pure chaos damage. But I have no idea if minions are good tomorrow. When I log in tomorrow, it's very possible that minions in general are nearly unplayable and do no damage compared to the other stuff that I could be doing. So let's take a look at what I would do if that's the case. And this is what I would say the Spellcaster crit angle, where instead of playing minions on Lich, I go Spellcaster crit. I take a bunch of crit nodes on the tree, get as much crit damage bonus as you can get, and then for the rest of your points, take energy shield. And maybe you have to take stuff like Arcane Surge to help your mana regeneration and stuff like that. Maybe you got to do some other things to make do. Maybe you have to change what points you take on the Lich tree. I'm not sure. And I don't know what skill will be best. Maybe Eye of Winter just by itself is the best skill. Maybe like Crit Detonate Dead is good. We're not going to know what kind of spell is good, but if minions are terrible, there's got to be a decent spell that scales well with crit, right? So that's plan B for me. Plan A, go minions. Plan B, go crit, Lich. And here's the bonus section. I've got a couple other POBs for you guys. Bonus section. Let's look at the Smith of Kitava playing minions with block chance and energy shield. So if you have really good gear on Smith of Kitava, this shouldn't be here. I don't know why that's there. You can get like 13k ES and 90 all res with like really good gear. So your max hit's great, 115,000 elemental max hit, but a lot less Fizz and Chaos max hit than the Lich. And the max hit is only slightly higher on Elemental too than Lich, only by like 20k or so. Which, I mean, 20k is a lot, but, you know, the Lich gives you, it actually gives you damage from your ascendancy. Smith of Kitava gives no damage to your character here if you're playing minions, but it's very tanky. You can play minions on Smith of Kitava, it's very tanky. Just no damage on the tree. And you could also play minions on Titan. Titan didn't get nerfed, so its 50% effect of small passives node is still very good. And you would take basically that node first and then more life, and this is irrelevant. It's basically just a 3-point ascendancy for playing minions. And you could also play Spellcaster on Titan too. And you can see this class gets like up to 21,000 ES with really good gear playing minions. So yeah, very tanky in the ES department, and it has a faster start of recharge, like 1.3 slightly. And you get some minion damage. The big buff for minions in the patch, I know there's lots of nerfs, but let's cover this kind of buff, is that scepters with discipline now affect you. So if you're playing an ES build, this is 328 flat ES for you from your scepter, which is really great. It's definitely better than skeletal warriors were for minions. So basically everybody's going to be taking that. Very, very strong. So yeah, basically ES isn't nerfed enough. It's very, very good. And it's what I'm going to be playing in hardcore trade. If you guys have any questions and you would like to hear me yap more about these kinds of builds and see me experimenting with specters tomorrow, yada, 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 I'm going to be on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/oscrix. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. And thanks so much for checking out my Path of Buildings. And let me put a disclaimer here at the end of the video. It's all rough. I'm not going to say that these are perfectly optimized. These are just proof of concepts to show that you can still get a ton of ES and have a very powerful ES character on the Lich. So thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you on my Twitch stream.